Welcome to the moment of facing the fierceness of Mother Nature. In today's special episode, we will take you through a series of the most terrifying tornadoes ever recorded. These tornadoes not only sweep across but also destroy everything in their path, making us wonder, can humans truly withstand the wrath of Mother Nature? From giant whirlwinds with diameters up to 800 meters to swiftly passing but equally dangerous winds, their destructive power has left indelible marks. Join us as we explore moments when nature unleashes its formidable strength, turning what were once architectural masterpieces into rubble in the blink of an eye. And you, how will you feel witnessing this unmatched power? Follow along to discover the helplessness of humans in the face of nature's fury. On April 26, 2024, the city of Lincoln, Nebraska, witnessed an incredible sight. A fierce tornado struck with winds reaching up to 265 kilometers per hour, tearing apart the roof of a vast factory and 3 solid walls. Imagine trees being twisted and broken, cars soaring into the sky like large kites, and rooftops reduced to debris. But the story gets even more dramatic as we see a group of people seeking shelter under an overpass, a place no different than hiding in a cardboard box during a storm. Yes, these are the moments when nature makes us appreciate safety and proper preparation. Remember, while natural events can sometimes feel like scenes from a horror movie, always keep in mind that safety is the top priority. This morning, in the southwest region of Lubbock, Texas, a strange phenomenon unfolded as if straight out of a horror movie. At 11:01 a.m., what seemed to be a harmless dust cloud suddenly transformed into a ferocious tornado. But the story doesn't end there. Have you ever felt your heart race as you see a tornado barreling towards you? A daring group of storm chasers were in search of adventure, but did they anticipate facing such terrifying danger? They stood frozen as the tornado suddenly appeared and tore across the road right before their eyes. In the blink of an eye, the tornado didn't just ravage the rural area, it swept through homes, buildings, trees, and even power lines, leaving everything in ruins. The National Weather Service had to escalate the warning to an EF2 level, a clear sign of its terrifying power. Do you think you would have the courage to stand your ground when nature unleashes its fury, or is this a warning of even more devastating storms yet to come? Jonesboro, a small and peaceful city in northeastern Arkansas, was torn apart by a devastating tornado on March 28, 2020. The raging storm left nothing but destruction in its wake as it ravaged everything from Turtle Creek Mall to Jonesboro Municipal Airport, reducing it all to rubble in just a few minutes. A sudden tornado struck with the ferocity of a wild beast, tearing through the heart of Jonesboro. Can you imagine the horror of witnessing commercial buildings flattened in the blink of an eye, solid walls collapsing, and debris flying like deadly arrows in the invisible fury? A local shop owner was trapped inside as the tornado swept through. Did he manage to escape its clutches? That's a question no one wants to answer. The next morning, in the grim dawn, officials were confronted with a horrifying reality. The damage was estimated in the hundreds of millions of dollars. The tornado, rated an EF3, not only obliterated Turtle Creek Mall and Jonesboro Municipal Airport but also left deep scars in the community's heart. Yet, amid the devastation, a miracle occurred. No lives were lost. Only a few people sustained minor injuries, but the cost was immense. The aftermath? The Red Cross reported that 50 homes were completely destroyed, and 200 other structures were severely damaged. Oh no, look at that. You've probably never witnessed anything like this in your life, only in our video. Don't forget to leave a comment. When nature's fury strikes, hailstorms can turn everything into a nightmare. Can you imagine? These hailstones aren't just tiny, they can be as big as a baseball. Imagine the terrifying power of these heavy hailstones falling, destroying everything in their path. In a historic hailstorm in 2003, the diameter of these stones reached up to 7.6 centimeters, equivalent to a large grapefruit. Are you ready to face this incredible devastation? Now, do you believe your eyes? The same thrilling spectacle applies to the devastating tornado that struck the southern United States from March 21st to 23rd, 2022. Join us as we revisit these unforgettable moments, starting from Texas, where the images below capture the formation of the first tornado. These storm cells are not only rare but also incredibly powerful, transforming from dense clouds into a destructive storm. Looking at these clouds might seem like you're witnessing a miraculous painting of nature. But don't let their beauty deceive you. This is the time to take a deep breath and brace yourself. The tornado not only carried fierce winds, like a tempest playing tricks, but also hurled hailstones the size of tennis balls from the sky. As if the heavens were hosting an uninvited party. And then, this storm didn't just leave things floating like in an action movie. It left behind a scene of devastation and wreckage that makes you exclaim, "Oh my goodness, this is a disaster of disasters." Remember, signs of strong winds and thunderstorms can be harbingers of a tornado about to turn the area into a natural battlefield. Never underestimate its power. Nature can be a more ruthless artist than you might imagine. Hard to believe, just look at this. We're witnessing a spectacle that will surely shake all your senses. Arizona is enduring a terrifying sandstorm, akin to a miniature apocalypse. The storm has not only left over 10,000 people without power but also disrupted flights, forcing us to wait nearly an hour and a half. Imagine, a massive sandstorm, stretching over 80 kilometers, sweeping across the Arizona sky, turning the entire landscape into a swirling sea of sand. This isn't something you see every day. This is true devastation brought by nature. Meteorologists have pointed out that due to its climatic conditions, the United States, especially this region, faces tornadoes more frequently and with greater intensity than any other country. This isn't just a storm, it's a testament to the terrifying power of nature. Warning, be prepared to face the harsh challenges that nature can bring, as storms like this are just the tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned to our video, and don't forget to share and follow for the latest updates. Have you ever imagined a storm turning into a life-or-death battle? Brace yourself, as the upcoming images will keep your eyes glued to the screen. A fierce storm is assaulting the small town of Crosby County, Texas. The tornado appeared like a colossal monster, accompanied by massive hailstones the size of ping-pong balls, smashing into vehicles and creating a nightmarish scene of devastation. The atmosphere is tense and anxious as storm chasers risk their lives to keep up with the storm. Oh God, look at that. The terrified cries of the storm chasers as they witness the storm swirling right above them. An unbelievable chaotic scene, like a living nightmare unfolding before our eyes. Can you believe it? This storm is exploding right above us. A storm chaser shouts in panic as they watch the storm rage and hailstones fall like rain. Indeed, the situation is incredibly intense and unbelievable, with the storm chasers struggling relentlessly to keep up with the storm's destruction. Can we get out of here? The shouts from reporters as the massive dust storm hits, like a giant whiteout tornado sweeping everything in its path. Meteorologists say this is a rare phenomenon with unprecedented intensity and power. Can you imagine just how terrifying this storm is? Starting from Ohio, where an unimaginable storm swept across both land and water. With winds blowing at 129 kilometers per hour, it not only damaged the pier but also obliterated boats on the lake. Like a battle that can't be won. A local exclaimed as they witnessed nature's fury. You can almost feel the storm's power and the panic on their faces through these live images. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Cut to Canada, where the sky transformed into a scene straight out of a horror film in just seconds. It's terrifying. A meteorologist affirmed as they saw the storm turn everything into a nightmare. Can you believe the sky could become so dark in an instant? Finally, let's head to Maiden, Iowa, on April 27, 2024. A gigantic tornado, 800 meters wide, struck this small town, sweeping everything in its path. Oh my God, look at that! Reporters couldn't help but exclaim as they witnessed the unbelievable destruction. 180 homes were flattened, many businesses were destroyed. This is a natural disaster beyond anyone's imagination. You'll be shocked when you see the footage. This is one of the most unbelievable moments we've ever witnessed. On March 31, 2023, the entire area was engulfed by a ferocious storm, and now we're in the midst of this devastating tornado. Just look, within minutes, the powerful winds have destroyed everything in their path. Oh my God, look at that! Fields and roads have turned into rubble, and buildings have been shattered into pieces. This scene is unbelievable. The winds were so strong they uprooted ancient trees, and the surrounding greenery now looks like toys tossed around in the storm. Look at that, trees floating in midair like weightless debris. Do you see? Buildings are now just rusty frames. Roofs torn apart, and debris flying everywhere. This is the raw power of nature on display, and standing in the middle of this scene is indescribable. Oh no, look at that! The entire landscape has been utterly distorted. What a terrifying nightmare. Please, take a look at what this storm has left behind. My emotions right now are nothing but awe and amazement at nature's terrifying power. This is what happens when the forces of wind and storm combine, a disaster beyond imagination. Today, roads are nearly invisible due to a severe snowstorm wreaking havoc. The streets are icy, adding to the danger for all drivers. Let's take a look at what's happening. Oh my God, look at that! The snowstorm has not only turned the roads into ice but has also reduced visibility to nearly zero. Strong winds are whipping up the snow into whiteout blizzards. Can you imagine? Everything around is now just a hazy sea of white. Watch as a truck driver battles through these extreme weather conditions. Despite their best efforts to keep the vehicle steady, the winter storm in Alberta has turned the highway into a nightmarish challenge. The Trans-Canada Highway now resembles a desolate trench, with cars left abandoned like immobile wrecks. The winds are so fierce they're tossing vehicles off the road, leaving cars stranded for hours in the snow. Do you see? This isn't a sight anyone can easily confront. The combination of the snowstorm, icy roads, and strong winds has created an incredibly dangerous environment for drivers. Do you see? Buildings are now just rusty frames, roofs torn apart, and debris flying everywhere. This is the raw power of nature on display, and standing in the middle of this scene is indescribable. Oh no, look at that! The entire landscape has been utterly distorted. What a terrifying nightmare. Please, take a look at what this storm has left behind. My emotions right now are nothing but awe and amazement at nature's terrifying power. This is what happens when the forces of wind and storm combine, a disaster beyond imagination. Don't even mention the aftermath of the storm, because the footage from Canada will leave you stunned. In this video, you can see the sky transforming rapidly, from calm to a dark, ominous scene in just seconds. The landscape appears to be torn apart by a powerful tornado, an apocalyptic scene, both terrifying and mesmerizing. Statistics show that the largest tornadoes in history often have a wedge-shaped formation, with widths reaching up to 800 meters or more. And it's this type of tornado that turned everything into rubble in the blink of an eye. We're witnessing the immense power of nature, phenomenon that only those who have seen it firsthand can fully grasp the destruction it brings. Join us as we continue to explore this terrifying event. Do you see? Buildings are now just rusty frames, roofs torn apart, and debris flying everywhere. This is the raw power of nature on display, and standing in the middle of this scene is indescribable. Oh no, look at that. The entire landscape has been utterly distorted. What a terrifying nightmare. Please, take a look at what this storm has left behind. My emotions right now are nothing but awe and amazement at nature's terrifying power. This is what happens when the forces of wind and storm combine, a disaster beyond imagination. Oh, look at that, unbelievable. Sometimes, we think that large structures like schools, hospitals, or stadiums, symbols of durability and safety, are immune to the wrath of nature. But today, we face the heartbreaking truth that nothing is shielded from the immense power of a storm. Join me as we view footage from the Netherlands, where incredibly strong winds have struck a local stadium. Horrifying, right? These winds didn't just blow away small items, they tore apart the heavy metal roofing of the stadium, like it was just a sheet of paper. This is truly a shocking sight. This scene serves as a powerful reminder of nature's absolute power. No matter how solid your construction or how high quality your materials, nature can reduce everything to rubble in seconds. Oh, what a devastating storm.